What is up, loyal lads and ladies? My name is Midnight Wolf, and welcome to another episode of the Wolf on the Field show. In today's episode, we're going to be covering Oklahoma versus Iowa State in the next Big 12 matchup of the season. So, my expectations for this game, or what I hope to see, is I want Oklahoma to make a solid push for a top 10 spot following this week. I mean, we already have help from Oregon State beating Utah last night, so that's another spot that we could potentially get closer if we do well in today's game. If we struggle at all, I'm sure Oregon State will probably then jump us. But if we dominate Iowa State, then there would be a pretty solid, what's the word? A pretty solid reason to keep Oklahoma ahead of Oregon State. So that is what I'm hoping to see in this game is Oklahoma coming out and showing why they should be a top 10 team. Now, part of the reason why I want to see that is, well, one, I hate to say this, but I want Texas to beat Kansas because I want to see a top 10 Red River showdown or shootout or whatever you want to call it these days. That is something that would be really cool to see, and it would raise the stakes a lot for next week. But I don't want to go too get too ahead of ourselves yet. But that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to see Oklahoma just do outstanding today. Really, the defense just needs to come out and do what they've been doing. The defense has been very dominant up to this point. Question is, can they keep that going? Can they be consistent enough to continue to force those 3 and outs, to be able to force I do apologize, my microphone was a little low there. Anyways, to be able to force the ball, force turnovers, keep doing that, and protect the ball on the offensive side as well. So those are some things that I'm hoping to see with this game. Iowa State, they did well against OSU. Now, that being said, it is very arguable, or there is a good argument to be had that OSU might just be the worst team in the Big 12 this year, which is unfortunate. I was really hoping that they would actually be a pretty solid contender in our final year that we play them. That being said, they could totally beat us. So, I mean, they've been able to beat a really good team, OU team, in the past. So, hopefully we don't sleep on anybody, including OSU. But once again, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But I mean, there's really not much more I can say about Iowa State other than, like, they looked good against OSU, and I think that if we can do our job at, preventing them from making big chunk plays, kind of like what I said against Cincinnati, if we can keep them from getting any kind of momentum, and holding them to fewer points, I think that we have a really good shot, because I think our offense, all we need to do is, at a minimum, I think we could score 14 points and win this game. However, I hope we don't just score 14 points. I hope that this is the time, this is the game that we really come out and show why we should be a top 10 team. And I think last year, Iowa State kept the game pretty competitive. We definitely struggled that season. And I think that this is another opportunity to show how improved this OU football team is. So that is why I really want to see our offense come out and play lights out. Don't get too cute with your play calling. Do something that you know is your strength, that you know that you can be confident in. If the running game is not there, I say don't force it. I that's what is so crazy to me, is so many people are like, oh man, oh, you just got to get that running game. Oh, you just got to figure out that running game. It's like, if our passing game is doing outstanding, why do we need to worry about a running game? Like, say what you guys will about, oh, that, you know, that's how you can win games. But like, there have been teams in the past who had outstanding passing games and won their games. Plenty. I want to say, I mean, I can't remember how good of a running season they had, but LSU when Joe Burrow was QB, he was playing lights out, throwing deep balls left and right, and they were able to win their games. Now, they may have had a decent running game that season, but like, he was on target all season long. And so I just don't, like, me personally, like, yes, the run game can be important, but let's focus on our strengths first. Let's get the passing game established, and then the defense will adjust, and then our offense can take over and figure out the running game at that point, because they will adjust, and then that is when you can start doing some running plays. And I think that's when you will open up the running game more. So that is okay. To me, I feel like people are putting way too much of an emphasis on getting something established that just hasn't been there, and that's fine. Let's focus on our strengths. Let's not worry about what everybody else thinks that we should be doing. Let's just do what we do best. And if we can do that, we will do outstanding well in this game and the rest of the season. And so I really wanted to get that off my chest, because I feel like there's just been too much of a pressure on, oh, we need to get the running game. And if we try to force that, and if it's just not there, we're going to, I think, handicap our team significantly. And we're going to lose games because we're trying to do something that we just don't have. And I mean, it's not to say that we can't develop that soon. But if in practice, if they can't get the running game figured out in practice, I say just focus on our strengths for now. I mean, if you want to do some running games, let's maybe try some options. Let's do triple options. Let's do option plays like that. See how that does. I know those are still kind of semi-passing type plays, but let's do a little bit of that kind of stuff to see how well we do in terms of getting a semi-run game going. But I don't know. That was something I really wanted to cover in this, because I just feel like there's just been too much pressure on the running game. So yeah, no, that's really all I have to say really about this game. Now let's get kind of into the prediction of the game. I think that if the defense comes out and plays the way that they have been, and our offense plays the way that they played against Arkansas State and the way they did it against Tulsa, and I'm pulling up my old prediction right now. Let's see. I predicted 56-14 at the beginning of the season. I'm going to change that. I think that our offense is not quite as good as what I was thinking then, and our defense is a little bit better than what I was expecting. I hope they do better than what I'm about to predict, but this is what I think how the game could go. I think it will be OU 45, Iowa State 13. I think that our offense is good enough to really get the ball moving and get some touchdowns. If we clean up some of those issues that we had last game, where we were getting in the red zone and not finishing those drives, and the turnover that we had where Gabriel put the ball on the ground, get those kind of issues cleaned up, and also figure out the first down situation. Like our first downs have been very terrible. They've been, or like at least against Cincinnati, they would do this play and it would sometimes be negative yards on the very first play of that set of downs. And if we could figure out first down and get some positive yards on that first down, we're gonna be able to drive the ball down the field a lot better, I think, because it's just too many of those plays were either 0 yards or negative yards, and that puts you in a worse field position right off the get-go. So hopefully we can adjust there, and I think we do, and I think that's how we really kick it into second gear, and we get 45 points. I think our defense, they may have a little bit of a struggle in this game. You know, the hype building around them. And 13 is still really good, but I feel like there'll be plenty of red zone situations, and there might be some fourth down stops. But I think that Iowa State will move the ball a little bit, and they will get within at least the red zone a few times. And sometimes they will be stopped. Sometimes they will get a touch, or I think they'll get at least one touchdown and possibly 2 field goals. So, and I do apologize because I have a dog that's scratching at the door. So, anyways, that's my prediction for going into this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys on the other side of this game in a reaction video, and we'll kind of go over what we liked, what we didn't like, that sort of thing. It may have to be pushed to tomorrow, sometime after, like tomorrow afternoon, just because this is a later game. So the later games are kind of hard to have enough time to process what I've watched and sit down and discuss it with you guys. So sometimes it's good to just sleep on what we've seen and then go and talk about it. So yeah, really that's what all I have in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, definitely leave a like and subscribe, all those things that YouTubers love saying, but it really helps the channel a lot. It's free, it doesn't cost anything to hit a button, so it would definitely be much appreciated. So if you didn't like it, hit that dislike button. And yeah, I'll try to do better next time. So you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the post-game reaction video. You guys take care.